I got a request on Elephant Journal from a viewer who wanted more insights onto how pent-up emotions cause stress in the body. Here, I'll read it to you. I would love to hear more about how our thoughts or pent-up emotions affect our body. I find this fascinating and see the potential to help a lot of people. I was brought up in a family where emotions were just not expressed, so I learned at a young age to suppress things and bury emotions deep. The whole stiff upper lip type thing. Learning how to release the sticky ball of tar, this is how I picture it, will open up the channels and make you feel better and help your practice. More articles like this, please. You know, a lot of it is just, I think a lot of it's really personal, but there's some general things, like there are certain emotions that are associated with certain organs. I'm actually not well versed in this, but I know like sadness is associated, I think, with your lungs, and there's other ones, but I know for me personally, just checking into my own body and knowing what my own issues are and how my body feels on a regular basis, I know very specifically for me that that when I get upset or triggered up here with my own abandonment issues, then my sacrum area hurts a lot. And sacrum has to do with support, or not even sacrum, lower back. Back has to do with support. So, you know, knowing those connections is very helpful to start, you know, moving through stuff. But I think, you know, it's helpful just to know when you're on center and when you're off. Just starting at that point and knowing, okay, when I'm feeling emotionally a wreck, when I'm feeling stressed or my thoughts are debilitating me, like, you know, you think you're not good enough for something, or you're not talented enough, or whatever, you're angry or you're upset, know that you're off center. That is a given. Like, you are not in your body. You are not centered or able to grab hold onto things effectively. So that's a starting point. And when you're in that mode, take a second and just check into your body and see what aches and pains are popping up for you. And you might have had these aches and pains for so long that you don't even, it's like a dull sensation. You're not even really fully aware that something's going on. But just take notice, you know, write them down. You can even ask yourself questions, and this is going to seem absolutely silly when you first start, but questions like, you know, hey body, tell me what hurts right now, and then just write down the first thing that comes to your head, and don't judge it. Just read it later and think about it a little. That's a really good starting point. I'll show you another little trick that I learned. I don't know if it was in a yoga class or an acting class, but it was about hip and body, or so hip and ankle alignment or foot alignment, which is big. If you have problems in the hip area, then usually you have problems in your feet or your neck, and vice versa. So if your neck hurts, then make sure your hips are in alignment. So I'm going to teach you something really quickly. A really easy way to find out if your hips are over your ankles, or you're in alignment from your hips to your feet, is by taking a rope or a piece of string or your yoga belt like this. And basically what you do is you put the end to your hip bone and see where it falls. So hold on, I'll show you from back here. Can you see me? Wait. Okay, so if I hold this right at my hip bone and let it drop, and you want it to go straight down, where is it stopping? Because what it should do is end at your ankle. And if it doesn't, like if you're leaning forward, if you're like compensating by leaning forward, then your belt or your string is going to be forward on your foot, or if you're leaning back, behind your ankle. So that's a really simple, super simple way of checking to see, you know, where your body is in relation to alignment. And then you can start working on it accordingly. And I mean, subtle things like that will really change and affect your mind and your emotions. So that's why you can work both ways. You can work physically to get to your emotions, or you can work your emotions to get to your physical body. They go hand in hand. So if you have any questions, let me know.